Check, 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 check. Check it, check it, check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check it, check it, check, check, check. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check uno, dos, tres. Cuatro, cinco, seis. Check, 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 check. Oh, snipes. First, Lewis, hello. How's it going? That's right, dude. Charles, what's going on? Quite a few already. Okay, yeah. You know, you guys know lately I can't stand TikTok. So what I'm thinking about doing tonight is just doing sub only chat on TikTok, and doing regular stream on YouTube, because I just need to get people over to YouTube. I can't deal with it anymore. Guys, can I show you something? Can I show you how ridiculous this is? One second, guys. One second, guys. I want to show you something. Disqualified. Each of these was like 30 to 50K views. And you know what they're disqualified for? Demonetized for? Tell me if you guys can read this. Wait, let me get it. Let me get it to focus. Give me a second. Can you guys read that? Can you read what that says? Right there? Read what that says. Right there. That's why all my videos are getting disqualified. Read that. This is why TikTok keeps demonetizing me. Low quality. If any of you seen my videos, my videos are higher quality than my streams. Let's just put it that way. There's a freaking mosquito in here. Yeah. TikTok's broke, and I think they were paying creators too much, which they don't pay that much. But I feel like they're like, shoot, we have to stop paying people, and we need an excuse. So people are uploading 2K HD 2K videos like me, and they're like, we don't know what to say, and they're like, low quality. So, no, they're broke. They're broke. They do. They quit sending live notifications too. And I know other creators on this app, like bigger than me, and they said the same thing. They said everyone said they stopped sending notifications. It's like they're trying to stifle people's views almost, maybe so they don't pay out as much on views too. Like something's going on. I've only been on this app for maybe 10 months, like creating and monetized on this app for maybe 10 months. And the last like month has been a complete change. Every video getting disqualified, like live stream issues, bans during lives. And then I went down a rabbit hole lately, and I was like trying to figure out if last night and today, trying to figure out if like other creators were having the same issues, and there's tons and tons. And they all say the same thing. They're like, this last month, something changed here. But anyways, we're gonna get into this crazy severe weather outlook we have, guys. Got a good amount to talk about today. I think they're crazy. I think this is too small. I think this is too small, and I think we need these. We're gonna get into that in a second. Yeah. Look, if like I don't make much off TikTok, like I make a little bit more than I spent, because I have to spend money for all my subscriptions and all the stuff I use and all the investments I've had and like putting the shop together and everything. So I don't make much, but it's like a nice little side something. But I lost this month or last month, I lost $250 from being a content creator on TikTok. I lost money for the first time ever on TikTok. I went negative because I have to weigh in my software that I use, all my software subscriptions, all my radar subscriptions, the investment I trademark, monthly payments, and all this stuff, and I lost money. Yeah. So it cost me money to work on this page for 40 hours a week. That's when you know the app is tripping. Like, what? That's the quickest way to lose creators on your app. So, yeah. So I'm paying TikTok to live stream to you guys right now. I'm paying them to allow me to post on their site and live stream. So anyways, that's what's going on. That's why I'm going over to YouTube. I mean, I don't even know if I can stretch this another few weeks. We'll have to see. If they keep disqualifying all my videos, and the problem is I appeal every video. I win the appeal. They say sorry, and then they don't give me my money back because you don't make money while you're in the appeal process. It's completely like, so they say that I've won like 8 appeals in a row, and they're like, oh, we messed up, sorry. And I'll be like, okay, give me my money. Then they're like, oh, we can't, sorry, you were in appeal. It's super crazy. So here's what's going on, guys. Other than this app, other than TikTok being a piece of shit, excuse my French, here's what's going on. Well, let's go to CSU because CSU is more aggressive with its outlook, and I like this. Like I always say, be aggressive, be aggressive. Except for their page is always down. Let's do here. It's diaper money when they actually play. Well, literally. Yeah, since the ban, it hasn't been the same. Yeah, it's been terrible. A potato can make videos higher quality than TikTok. Wouldn't know what to do with. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Day 2. I don't think they have. Yeah, they don't have CSU either because CSU is. Okay, here we go. Yes, they do. So this is our Wednesday. Okay, we have these. But these are the old ones. No, these are more updated. Yeah, look at this, guys. Let's just put these in order. Here we go. I need to turn the AC back on here. I forgot I turned it off when I was making a video, so it wouldn't be loud in the background. So Wednesday. I think this is going to extend down here, though. You know what this kind of looks like, guys? Do you see it now? Do you see it now? Yeah, it's a banana. Sorry, you guys know ADHD. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Focus. Stop getting distracted. So, yeah. So this is our Wednesday, and we're going to dive in deeper into this. This is our Thursday. Notice, hatched, Northwestern Indiana, BC, Central, Chicago, kind of near Madison and Milwaukee up here. That's a hatched enhanced from CSU. Max probability 0.436. Very close to a moderate from CSU, from Colorado State University. So yeah. Kansas City we'll have to pay attention to on Wednesday. And then, we have this move out to the east. Now, I do think, this is old data. This is old data because CSU's waiting to load up their new stuff. Farther down to the southeast, and then we get another wave out here pushing through. And this is your typical OKC Tulsa severe weather. But let's look at the latest European model. Let's start with our 500 millibar maps. This downtrended a little bit here. Okay, still splitting, lots of divergence there. Still got this big daddy trough that I'm worried about on the back end here coming in Sunday. Let's go to our 12Z. Yeah, there's that secondary trough. That's your classic Tornado Alley. Potential tornado outbreak next Tuesday. All right, let's go to our 850 millibar. Let's look at this. Okay. Sorry. All right, let's look. Yeah, looking pretty impressive in Nebraska here. 64 knot, almost 80 mile per hour, 88, 85 mile per hour winds at the 850 millibar level in Nebraska. Is my chat not loading, or are you guys just super quiet? I need to know. Okay, good. Okay, good. We just got a quiet crowd tonight. So here we go. This is a little bit of a downtrend. This is moving into Thursday. This still looks wild to me right here. This is that Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Still pretty decent looking severe weather setup. Let's go to our dew points. I want to see if we have a how's weather by me tomorrow. I have outside plans. I don't think it's going to be great, but we'll look. What's going on, Julie? Yeah. You see, this is a good dry line that sets up next week. Look at that. Oh my gosh! Look at Central Kansas. Look at that right there. Oh my gosh, 72-37. That's an updraft. Yeah, let's look up near Buffalo. What's going on, NTX? That's the severe weather next week looks even crazier than the severe weather that's coming up this week. But this, we could have a decent Wednesday to Friday this week. Okay, here's going into tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon. Oof, nasty weather up in the Northeast. Let's look at our 24-hour quantitative precipitation. Not showing a ton. Maybe this weather here. Actually, you know what? Let's go into our HRRR. Let's look up there. This will give us a little bit more detail. Buffalo looks to stay. Well, yeah. On and off showers pretty much all day. On and off showers all day through Buffalo. Maybe you get lucky. Yeah. I mean, we're talking, this is like 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 9. I mean, kind of all day. Southwest Indiana, what for tomorrow? Oh yeah, you guys got some thunderstorms over the next few hours, but yeah, tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, you guys do have some thunderstorms rotating up there. Probably some decent winds too. You can actually see this low pressure spinning. This is what's been bringing all that bad weather in the Florida. I think our central low is somewhere around here, and it's wrapping around. So I think you guys are probably under a general thunderstorm for that. For tomorrow. Yep, you are. General thunderstorms. Now it doesn't have Buffalo in that, but Buffalo's just going to be showers. I think that's why. No problem, Julie. YouTube tends to be on the slower side for chat since there's not as many people here. Yeah. Papa, Matt, what's going on, dude? Matt, sorry I've been a little MIA. I've been nonstop working on stuff for the channel. I've got a products page on YouTube now, which took me forever to figure out. I've had to figure out the whole drop shipping order stuff. I got my sole proprietorship and trademark, image, and name. I don't know. I've been spending all day, every day, like doing stuff to build out everything, and it's been absorbing all my time. But it's all really important stuff. But we'll catch up tomorrow. And right now. Oh, crap. Yeehaw. Ride 'em, cowboy. I definitely missed that one, Julie. Sorry. NTX. Appreciate you. And Jess. Hi, friends. Hi, B. What's going on? Matt, what's going on with you tonight? Oh, appreciate that, NTX. Appreciate that. Should we, is Thursday is the atmosphere still capped? Oh, I forgot. We can look at the NAM, can't we? Matt, what's your opinion on Thursday? While I got you in here, what risk do you expect next week? Enhanced mod. We could get a moderate Tornado Alley next week. That's on the table for next week. Next Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. You got an interesting thought for Thursday. I'm not seeing anything super crazy jump off the map yet on Thursday. I want to take a look at some of these tornado parameters though. You guys got some good ones out here towards your area. Look at the spinning in here. That's funny. Look at this little loop to loop in the hodograph. Inhibition though. I really actually want to know what the Rufus does here. Can we get this? Yeah, on the 18Z. Wow, some pretty good parameters up near Chicago. Look at that. Look at this, chat. There's a inhibition issue here. This is looking conditional to me. Duratio? Ooh, I love Duratios. Look at all this sin. Look at all this sin, though. Or look at the sin. This is looking more conditional to me up here. All right, let's take a look at our reflectivity. Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised that the Rufus is doing this because I feel like, am I wrong or does the Rufus show like worst case scenario, Matt? Because I'm not going to bet the over on this happening. What do you think? If you guys don't know what these little marks are, these would be all supercells. Yeah, Matt, those low-level winds are pumping, dude. With that sounding you just sent me. Wow. Pumping, dude. PDS tour, huh? Okay. And that's for what model was that? Oh, GFS. Wow. Wow. One second, guys. One second, guys. All right, I'll see if I can find it. One second. This looks kind of crazy up here, doesn't it? Going over Minnesota. Yep. Look at this though, guys. Nothing. This is what I'm talking about. Why is this area looking super conditional now? Let me look at the NAM for that too. Like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Interesting. This, yeah, okay, so let me look at the GFS. Matt pointed something out to me. Let's look at the GFS. For Thursday. $5,000 surface cape. 5,000 surface cape. 5300 surface cape. You guys see this? Near Owensboro, Kentucky. Marginal Tor. Tor. Marginal Tor. Huh. This looks pretty pretty impressive on the. Let's go to most unstable cape. Pretty impressive on the GFS. Look at this. Wow. Let me look at one more thing, guys. Sorry. This is actually pretty wild. 5500 surface cape. This is pretty wild. This is pretty wild. I want to look at NAM here. Let's go to the 12Z NAM. Back into, yeah, Thursday. Okay, this is new. This is loading right now. This is loading right now in the NAM. Marginal Tor. This is capped, but this rotational shear looks really good from the surface to the 700 millibar level. One second, I'll answer your question, guys. This is super capped here. Let's look at our SIG Tor real quick. Matt, talk to me.
Hey, you were looking on Thursday. It's supposed to be for Friday.
Oh, was I?
18Z OOZ run. Sorry.
Oh, because Thursday, yeah, you guys are like transitioning from Thursday into Friday. You guys have a little bit of a threat on Thursday as well.
Yeah, no, Thursday looks more tapped out too for us. I was looking at the invitation. It looks weird.
Look at this sounding I just pulled up. This is a Thursday evening event in Southern Indiana.
Yeah, and it's gonna be late overnight too, which is gonna suck for us.
So this is like completely southerly, straight to westerly. 5,000 surface cape.
Yeah.
Winds aren't that crazy at the surface.
On Thursday though, up there Wisconsin. I was reading something about it being like I said, looking like isolated supercells, and then it going more linear once the forcing on the front actually comes through, because we're gonna get convection. It shouldn't be just a nothing burger. But I think what we get personally, in my opinion, right now is a 45 moderate hatch for wind, and then maybe a 10% tornado threat. Like I said, the tornado threat's gonna be there, but if they don't see the need for, they won't necessarily hatch a tornado risk unless they see supercells out in front of that warm sector, which it kind of makes me think of that high risk back on April 2nd just a little bit. Not really nowhere near troughing of what it looked like, but just kind of sort of conditional like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, if you get a chance to see that sounding that I sent you is Friday at 6 p.m. on the 18Z GFS run. You can pull it where I'm at. I don't care. And tell me what you think on that.
Let's see, on the 18Z.
Yeah.
At 6 p.m. So wait, are you central? Yeah. You're central, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna go Saturday OOZ.
Yeah.
I mean, the instability is just ridiculous.
Oh, there it is. There it is. This is a good-looking photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your PDS Tor, almost a 6.0 effective layer SIG Tor param.
Yeah.
Southwesterlies.
Just slightly.
Yeah, your lower level wind is pretty good too.
Well, it looks like too that second push of shear that's going to come in with the actual subtropical jet stream, because we're getting that low that's coming up north, but then that subtropical connection that's going to basically allow for the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley to go off on Fridays. What's initiating Fridays is that low.
Here, let me look at that. Let me look at that on the GFS too. Going into Saturday. Oops, let's go here.
I think you're going to get something on Saturday and Sunday.
You think so?
The shear, I mean, it's going to shear all the way out to the northeast before that system's out of here.
Oh, on the 850, you can see what's happening, what's pulling up here from the south.
Yeah.
Upper level low, and then you do have this.
Like a surface low tries to develop right over southern Illinois on Friday afternoon, which if that does happen, then if storms can stay discreet, or even semi-discrete, I'm not liking the Ohio River Valley for people.
Yeah.
So
This setup to me looks like there could be a decent amount of rotation in the Ohio Valley
I
here.
agree. Yes, I agree 100%. Yeah.
Ooh, this is looking real interesting for you, man.
Yeah, you're right for vacation.
Uh,
I don't know what it is about the second and third week of May. We had our moderate risk last year with the 15 hatch tour on May 26th and ended up getting an EF4 tornado 30 minutes down the road from us with a tour.
Yeah, when you getting out of here? Like the 20th or something?
The 29th is when we leave.
Okay. All right, you'll be here for this.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll get our short range for this tomorrow.
On that.
Yeah, we'll get our short range for this tomorrow. That'll be interesting. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
All right.
See ya. All right, chat. So interesting here. You've got these southwesterlies. You've got these westerlies from the northern mode, and you got the southwesterlies from down here. You got kind of two different 850 millibar jets hitting each other. This is going to cause a little bit of rotation through the Ohio Valley, I think. The instability is fine. I want to check. Again, I want to check the sounding. There was no issues on the sounding either with cap. The severe weather parameters look to be timed pretty good. I mean, it's not much of an inhibition issue, a tiny bit. Not much of a sin issue. Look at that PDS tour, almost 4,000. I mean, 3,600 surface cape in and around Western Kentucky. 34 knot lower level winds. I mean, we're pushing like 50, 55 mile per hour surface winds. So this is pretty good. This is right here is a 6.0 effective layer sig tour. So yeah, this would affect Cincinnati. Yep. Yeah, this region here could be very interesting. You can see where they have that. What is it? A day 5 right now. So they have it here. I mean, what I'm looking at seems to be more like here. And you guys know usually I'll try to call it a little bit, but seems to be more like here. Let's go back. Let's match this up with our jet. So, well, okay, I'll use the GFS jet. That's fine. So let's look at this. See this? Look at this. Oops, that's not what I want. I want this here. Nope, I don't want that. I want this. Nope. There we go. That's what I want. See the jet and the instability? We're going to have pretty decent dew points, I'm guessing, at that time, too. Let's see here. We're going to get to other places. Just give me a second. 70s. Okay. You know, what really makes this one a little bit more dangerous is this kind of northern upper level low pulling these winds in. Westerly, northwesterly winds into the southwesterly flow with our instability here, with our really good low level shear. Hiya. Think a high could be issued? No, I don't think a high will be issued. Maybe like Matt said. Maybe, I don't know. I think we could get a 10%. I think we could get a 10% hatched here on Thursday or Friday, but for tornadoes, I do think a moderate's on the table for both days. So, not seeing, yeah, might get spicy. Not seeing, what's going on, Pam? Not seeing a high yet. Not seeing the high yet, but it's still, I mean, it's a possibility, but I'm not seeing it yet. Nope. But yeah, I mean, where did all my CSU stuff go? Did I just delete that? Oh yeah, here we go. But I can see what CSU is doing here. I don't know about, yeah, you know, I would probably, we'll see if they make an adjustment tonight. We'll see if they make an adjustment on these tonight. You know, I think this area looks pretty conditional for me right now. We have models not showing any initiation here. Got some sin. Convective inhibition. And then this to me, I mean, this is our Friday. This to me, I feel like this little dot should be up here somewhere. like right here. And we should have a little bit more of a threat through here. But we're going to have to wait and see on that, I guess. We'll see what CSU does. Friday. Yeah, this right here is Thursday. I know it says Friday, but it's Thursday. It says ending Friday. The CSU dot is the highest maximum probability for like the most dangerous severe weather. So that'd be Indianapolis. Good old Indianapolis. But we have time for that to change. I hope it's chill here in Kansas City on May 22nd. That's my birthday. Happy early birthday. 10 days out, it's going to be tough to see if it's going to be chill or not. But let's look at the GFS. Well, let's hope this model changes because this is a decent low-level jet directly through Kansas City on your birthday. But I wouldn't worry too much. That's over 228 hours out. Models are never right that far out. Oh, crap. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. I know. Did it? My settings must have changed because it was showing it in chat. Let me look back to my chat settings. Show. Oh, wait. Show auto transition. Show. Where the hell is it? Where the heck is it? Hold up. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. What the heck? Where did it go? Extend chat. Oh, that's pretty cool. 1 second. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm just like learning what some of this extra stuff is. What the heck? All right, I'll have to figure this out later. But I had it showing up in chat. Casey, are you in that? Coco need to know. Tyler. What's the farthest we can accurately predict? I mean, with severe weather, you really don't want... You're gambling if you're looking past 96 hours. You're gambling if you're looking past 72 hours. For, like, temperatures, we can accurately predict pretty far out. 7-8 days pretty accurately sometimes. With, troughing patterns, ridges and ridging and troughing, we can predict almost 2 weeks out. Depends how macro the event is. You know, temperatures and troughing are a pretty macro event. They're over a big area, and but like local precipitation is in such a small area. Local winds and severe weather, they're a small area, so you need to get a lot more details for, to call that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying, folks? Soundings in Southwest Indiana for Friday. Sure, we can take a look at that. Reefus 18Z. All right. Messy. We're not going to get into Friday yet with that. Yeah, we're going to have to use... Okay, we'll use the GFS. And to try to get a good sounding, we'll just go into Surface Cape. Southern Indiana. Big Cape. Parcel's a little off the surface here. A good SRH and good low-level surface shear. It's that southwesterly flow. 5.0 effective layer sig possible. Okay, photograph looks good. Yeah, I mean this looks good for severe weather. Bad, I should say, if you don't want severe weather. I need my other headphones. These are hurting me, and I keep complaining. Yeah. Let's see if we can get it a little more interesting of one. Well, there you go. There's Southern Indiana. Anything stand out to you guys? Anything stand out to you guys? Anything stand out to you guys? I'm gonna give you a hint. Yeah, PDS Tour. Yeah, this is a good sounding. 241 SRH isn't bad. 28 knot shear. Good photograph. 5.0. Well, we've got a 4.4 effective layer sig tour param. What's pretty good about this one too is, again, that southerly straight into the westerly, not too far apart. Storm Slinky. Oof. Look at that Storm Slinky, guys. Look at that Storm Slinky. Man. So, Wednesday does a slight seem to stay to the north of Omaha still? Well, let me see here. Did SPC not place a... The SPC is just so positive that this is going to hold here on Wednesday. I find that interesting. They're positive. I don't know. I'm going to judge them. Let's go to our HRRR real quick. They're about to get judged. I feel like I need to play some jams in the background. All right. So, let's check this out. Here's the HRRR. Who's calling me? Mr. Mesomat. Talk to me, cowboy.
If you're trying to look at Wednesday's outlook, SPC has it as a slight risk. Pivotal weather's slow on it.
Oh, okay. You know, that happened the other day, too. Yeah, you know what?
It's a slight risk.
Okay, it is. Okay. I was like... Yeah. Yesterday, Pivotal wasn't showing the day 5 risk. And I was like, what the hell's going on here?
I don't know what's up with them. It's been really, really weird. Yeah, I would always double check SPC just to make sure if you're kind of in question on something, because they'll typically usually have it.
Let's take a look. Oh, there she is. Okay, it's a little far north, man. I don't know. I guess I think our parameters are
the latest OOZ her run, because it does have convection in that area now.
Is south?
Oh, up in Nebraska, no, it has it up in the central northern portions there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering too, because all of our parameters are for Wednesday that are down in Oklahoma and Kansas, but there's no initiation.
There's no initiation. I to me, central Kansas to northern Kansas has looked good the whole time, but it's conditional. Yeah. It's conditional. I feel like tomorrow they might stretch it down, because even when it's conditional, they'll still cover it sometimes.
Correct. I absolutely agree 100%.
So we'll have to see. They'll probably do that.
I'll let you know.
Sweet, thanks. Yeah, okay. Pivotal's been tripping lately. I'll double check.
Yeah. Also, if you ever get a chance before you get off stream, Lainey's in need of a shout out.
Lainey. All right.
She's watching.
Lainey. Wait. Hold up. Stay on the phone. Real quick. 1 second. Wait.
No, she's watching for my phone.
Oh. Okay. Bye.
I got you.
Okay. So yeah, we do have a slight here, guys. I think we're gonna extend this slight down here through Kansas. There's initiation problems down here, but we're gonna take a look at the latest HRRR and see for Wednesday. I don't know what's going on with Pivotal lately. Matt coming in clutch. Yeah. That's so funny. I was just looking at it like, where? Where's their freaking slight? All right. They're not idiots. Pivotal's just not updating. That's good to know. Shout out to Lainey. Lady. Shout out to Lady. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Oh, wait, that was an old one. Damn it. Well, you got me again. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. All right, yeah, let's look at this HRRR here for Wednesday. So we do have, let's look at the SIG-TOR parameters just so I can get a good sounding. We do have, is this our latest HRRR? That's good enough. 00Z. Just starting to get some stuff into here. We can take this. Yeah, we've got. Yeah, okay. So there's a little bit of inhibition down here too. Let's do our NAM 3K. You see these parameters down here? They're kind of crazy though. There's look at our SIG-TOR param down here. Our SIG-TOR param is crazy, but oh yeah, I mean there's so much inhibition. I mean like our parameters are crazy down here, but we don't have. We're not breaking that cap likely. Okay, I appreciate you. Probably not breaking the cap. So I mean, this is a ton of sin. So we're not going to get any sort of rising motion with this moisture. We're not going to get any sort of convection even beginning to initiate if that doesn't change. And I'm guessing when we go and click up here to the north, that inhibition is going to disappear. And it does. So, okay. I still think they're going to stretch it down there, though. Wow, look at this low-level rotational shear. You have easterly and southwesterly. That's crazy. Although your SRH and surface shear isn't a lot. But, yeah, there's the TOR up here. It's much more possible. That makes sense. We'll probably have a 5% up here. Oops, I circled way too big of an area. We'll probably have a 5%. We'll probably have a little 5%er up here. Oh. Yes, you in the back, Elijah. You in the back with your hand up. Elijah, you in the back. Thank you for being so polite. Is Northeast PA okay this week? We were kind of just talking about that. Saturday, this could all shift out to the east. So, getting into... Here we go. A little bit of cape out here on Saturday. Tornado chances unexistent, but hey, maybe a little bit of hail and strong wind on Saturday. I don't see this being severe on at least on the GFS. Let's look at the Euro. What for Friday, Rochelle? Let's take a look at the Euro. Ooh, wow, whoa. Look at the Euro. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like we're going to have a tornado threat out here, but maybe a little hail wind threat out here Saturday. Yeah. I think we could get small hail and some strong winds over the weekend, but not seeing any sort of tornado threat. Yes, you. Notification. You with your hand up in the back. You with your hand up in the back. Hit me with it. My car is out of. Northern Illinois for Thursday. Yeah, you guys are going to want to pay attention. Right now, it looks like there's a little bit, there could be a little bit of an issue with the initiation of these thunderstorms, or at least them holding their or they're holding strength as they move into that region. Let's hope that continues to show. Notification, I picked you. Oh. Casey, you in the back. Casey raising your hand. Thank you. Go ahead. Hey, you in the back. Spider, Rochelle, no laughing in class. No having fun at school. Oh, you in the back, raising your hand, Santi. What do you need? What did someone say? How's Indiana looking? Indiana's looking a little spicy Thursday, Friday. Keep your eye on the sky, as they say. Unless it's hailing, then do not keep your eye on the sky. Keep your eye down away from the sky. Scottsboro, Alabama for the week. Well, right now, look, we can take a look for this entire week. We don't even have... CSU is going to have wide aggressive risk zones. Things start to get... I don't know. Maybe we get a little bit of severe weather in northern Alabama day 3, but I don't think so. This is Friday, Saturday. Friday, Saturday. We could see a little something down there in Alabama. Let me take a look at this. What's going on with our jet down here Friday and Saturday? See that pushing up through? Yeah. Friday, Saturday down there in the south. You've got that, like Matt was saying, you've got that subtropical jet kicking in and meeting up with this northern mode here. So you've got your jet, and then you've got kind of a minor subtropical jet. They're kind of clashing, having a little party out here in the Tennessee, Ohio Valley. That's going to cause a little bit of instability and rotation in some of those cells, guys. Why did I get an F on my test? How many did I get wrong? Santi, you spelled your name wrong. Yeah. You spelt it with 2 I's by accident. So I didn't even look at the rest of the test because you couldn't get your name right. So Rochelle, are you here? Rochelle, are you here? Rochelle? Is Rochelle here? Bueller? So I'm thinking Matt should go chasing in the Prius on Friday. He did not text me or message me and tell me to tell you that. I swear he did not. But I think he should go chasing in the Prius on Friday. It'd be a good mental health day for you to get him out of the house. Oh, Laney has re-entered the chat. Laney has re-entered the chat, everybody. Matt, she said no in stars. Oh, I mean, sorry, he's not in here. Thanks, MK. How's Minnesota looking? Not too bad. Minnesota's not looking too bad. We'll watch you guys out there on Thursday. We'll watch you guys out there on Thursday. Let's go back to our Rufus and take a look at you guys on... Well, I shouldn't show you this model, because if I show you this model, you're going to think it's looking real bad, okay? I say not too bad, and I'm about to show you the craziest thing for Minnesota. This was a dumb model to show you after I said not too bad. How's Minnesota looking, guys? How's the Twin Cities looking? Not too bad. I've seen worse. Yeah, other models aren't seeing this, though. Let's look at the 3... Actually, is this... I mean, you've got like a... kind of derecho freaking wind event set up here. Look at these different... frontal boundaries set up here. This looks like wind to me, moving through Iowa and Minnesota on the NAM. With that kind of cyclical bend to the squall line. And let's take a look at the NAM too. Our normal NAM. Yeah, you know, Minnesota, take back what I said. Pay attention Thursday. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Give me a pretty storm, yeah. Yeah. Well, this may be your chance here. You might get nice sunny skies with dark supercellular cumulonimbus clouds coming over the horizon for you guys on Thursday in Minnesota, in eastern Minnesota. Let's look at the timing of this. It's kind of pretty looking. So this out here is like 1 in the morning on Thursday. Let's look at the Rufus. Let's see if it has similar timing there. Yeah, 1 in the morning Thursday. Wait. Wait, what just happened to that? Oh, I'm on the wrong... Here we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So this is... this timing is... Okay, someone do the math for me. 7 p.m. Central. 6 to 7 p.m. Central. This could be a nice line of storms moving in towards that Twin City region. You're late to school. Yeah, it does look like there is Lewis on Wednesday. We'll have to see if that changes, though. Let's get a sounding out of Minnesota. Crazy looking photograph. Let's get the sounding out of central Minnesota here. Not bad. Directional shear is pretty good. Velocities are okay. Really good surface cape, but there's a little bit of inhibition. Let's try this. Marginal torque sounding, but this is not the best looking sounding. Yeah, we need to get into the HRRR soundings. I don't trust this 79-hour sounding stuff. I might as well be looking at GFS soundings. Will Southern Illinois be bad potentially on Friday? Yeah. Iowa on Thursday is going to be potentially a little rough. Right now, these storms aren't initiating, at least on the Rufus. And well, let's look at the NAM. Actually, the NAM 3K isn't going to go all the way, but this has much farther initiation down here to the south. We've got thunderstorm activity down there on this one. Yeah, Thursday's looking a little bit sketchy for Iowa timing wise. Northern Iowa looks to get involved in the morning. You could get central to southern to eastern Iowa involved in the afternoon hours towards the evening. I love that little bread next to your name, MK. Fire. Oh, yes. You in the back. You in the back. It's not like hurricane season is in a week, so you have some time. Ha. Ha. Yeah, it's just in 2 weeks. Sanjay, I'm not answering that. You got a problem with that, Manders? You got a problem with that? How's Denton, Dallas, Texas looking? Or Denton around Dallas, Texas looking? Let's pull back out here a little bit on a national scale. Here, let's go to let's not trust the S. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do convection outlooks. Yeah, the SPC's got no threats for you. CSU gives Dallas a little bit of a severe threat on Friday. Maybe a little bit on Saturday. Well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, none of these look too bad. I mean, probably Sunday. None of these look too bad. But we might see an uptrend down there in Dallas. Let's look at our euro here. I mean, this looks pretty impressive to me down there in Oklahoma and northern Texas. But again, there's gonna be an issue with thunderstorms initiating on that day. So let's go back to our 12Z here and take a look when Dallas could see some action just based on our jet. Yeah, Sunday. Sunday, Monday. Sunday, Monday. We'll have to watch. Mezzo, you're drunk. Go home. I was about to join the Snapchat while I was on stream. Should I join the Snapchat while I'm on stream? I need a good loud thunderstorm with no hail and straight line winds. You're asking for a lot, Pam. Let's see if I can multitask. Hi, guys. Wait, say hi to the stream. Put the finger down. Is it supposed to be bad Saturday in Tennessee? Who? What about Ohio? All right, I'll call you guys back. Got to get out of there. They're all crazy. Oh, crap. I forgot they're watching my stream. Yeah, I mean, we're watching a late Thursday into Friday, maybe even Saturday threat through the Ohio Valley and then pushing up into the Northeast, guys. We are. You can see here we've got the Ohio Valley involved a little bit on Thursday. You can see we got involved a little bit on Friday. And then we got we got kind of Tennessee Valley pushing a little bit farther south on Saturday. So, Friday's Ohio start for sure. Yeah, I was talking about someone else. Katie. You poked me in the eye. What's going on, Keller? How severe does it look Thursday? Maybe compared to April 2nd. It does not look like April 2nd. If we even get a moderate, it's probably not going to be a tornado. Well, I don't even want to say it's not going to be a tornado. Well, yeah, no, I don't think it would be no. I think we could get a tornado-driven risk zone on Thursday. I mean, on Friday. On Friday, not on Thursday. Enhanced, I think, is likely both days. I think enhanced is likely both days. I think we'll get a moderate one of the days. Maybe both, but we're not gonna, you know. Yeah, high. I don't know. High. We'd have to see some pretty big uptrends still. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Keller. Laddie, thank you. Oh, whoa, what was this? Apple, shoot. Pam, I missed it because I'm an idiot. Pam, thank you. 2. Oh, crap. It should, well, actually, I think I saw that first one. What happened? I had everything showing in my chat the other day. Let's see. Is it going to be bad in Oklahoma? Well, we'll have to watch the beginning of next week. That's when we're watching Oklahoma. Sunday, Monday. Maybe even Tuesday. Oh, here we go. Live. Yeah. Scene and live chat. Okay, well, the setting's on correctly. Mezzo has joined. 14 in here and only 3 hit the like. Jeez. Come on. I didn't want to disrupt class. Oh, look, it's Carol. Everybody say, hi, Carol. Good old Carol. NAM looking concerning for Northeast Illinois. Let's take a look. I'm kidding, guys. It's Carol Ann. How many Red Bulls have you had? Actually, not. Well, I had a lot this morning and afternoon. So you said for Northeast. Wait. Oh, for Northeast Illinois. Yeah, but we're not. We've got severe weather parameters there. Actually, this is a pretty good sounding actually on the NAM, yeah. Yeah, PDS tour. Yeah, it actually is. No, yeah, you're right. For Thursday afternoon into evening, yeah. Soundings don't look bad. Brother, blink twice if you're okay. Does that count? Oh, Peyton. I knew that. I knew that, Peyton. Peyton, you're still in Iowa? You've got to know every person in Iowa. How many people live there? Like 56? That's right. You have a different last name now. I've only flown over Iowa. It is a flyover state. Maybe I'll visit it one day. I want to go store. Well, I might be living in Minnesota next year. So if you're still there, I won't be too far. Please tell me if Western Kentucky is okay. Western Kentucky needs to pay attention on Friday. We Took a PDS tour sounding out of there. We were looking at that earlier on the GFS. We took a PDS tour sounding out of there. Here we go. I'll show you. GFS 18Z. Look at that. Tons of cape. Decent looking hodograph. Decent looking lower level rotation or rotational shear. Everything looks pretty good on here. Effective layer, Sigtor parameter 5.0. Everything looks good here. Our house just shook from thunder. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, that's right. Future Minnesota, buddy. Nah, Peyton, you got to get out of there. You got to get out of there. Move to the big city. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Oh, yes, you in the back. Casey, you in the back. You in the back. Thank you for raising your hand and patiently waiting. Is Saturday still looking spicy for Georgia? A little bit, yeah. It is, yes. Yes. Yes, CSU's got that max probability down there in the southeast on Saturday. Max probability for severe weather. Look at the Cape at 72 hours on the NAM in Northeast Illinois. An absolute bonkers. Let's take a look at it. Well, Peyton, let me know if you are... Let me know if you're going to be in New York City with the parents. And I know they're going there in June, and then they were going to come down and see the kids. So let me know if you're doing that. I have kids now, plural. It's crazy. What's going on, Brenny? 72 hours, Northeast Illinois. Well, look at that. Pretty good. Huh. 5,500 surface cape. Yeah, this is, remember I said this is like semi-trucks falling from the sky? Big hail threat. Low tornado threat in this sounding, but I think that's just the sounding. I think there's a little... I think Northeast Illinois is looking conditional to me, guys. You guys see what's happening down here at the surface? Our parcel might have some issue building that convection at the surface. Wait, what? What's the 0.5? A dog? Kansas City isn't looking too bad. You guys have crazy severe weather parameters Wednesday, but it doesn't look like we're going to get storm initiation. If I'm you, though, and I'm in Kansas City on Wednesday, I'm still paying attention because we could see things change. Appreciate you, Laddie and B. The 0.5 has to be an animal. Oh, yeah. Nice. Hail and wind threat for Thursday. Definitely a hail and wind threat for Thursday in northern Illinois, Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota, eastern Iowa. There's a tor threat right now. We have to see how bad the tor threat is. Our HRRR isn't seeing Thursday yet. It will see it tomorrow. You'll see Thursday evening. You'll see the event tomorrow. And we're going to have fun looking at it. Okay, if you don't say Bowling Green, Kentucky again, I will answer you. Okay? Deal? Bowling Green, Kentucky looks to have some pretty bad weather Friday. We've got that southern jet stream cranking up across the Mississippi Valley up into the Ohio Valley. That's meeting up with that upper level low up to the northwest. So that's going to cause a little bit of a stir up through Kentucky, most of the state of Kentucky and the surrounding states, to the north, south, and west. You're going to have heavy rain tomorrow? Yeah, here's our 48-hour precip. East is getting dumped on. A little bit up there, northwestern Wyoming and south central Montana too. PA's getting some good rain tomorrow. New Jersey. Yeah, the mid-Atlantic is getting soaked tomorrow in North Carolina. For sure. One second, guys. Yeah, the texts I get from Matt are just so funny. I know I was already talking about it earlier, but they're just so funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never know what he's going to text me. It's always like, what could it be? Wait. Let it focus. Red. Wait. Oh, crap. Rochelle's calling me. Crap. Should I answer? I'm ignoring her call. Yes, Rochelle. Should I call her back, chat? I can't put Rochelle on speaker. She's got a potty mouth. Hey, Hey, Rochelle. Yes.
Now you know Matthew's gonna call me and tell me that you're texting him and you told him to give me an ultimatum. That's not gonna work, buddy.
I'd never told Matt to come to me for advice. Tell Matt never to come to me for advice because I give bad advice. Okay, I will. Okay, bye. If she says no, call her crazy. Okay. That's what my older brother told me. If your wife's ever acting, if your wife's ever doing something that's annoying you, or you're in a fight, the best thing to do is just rub her back and say, babe, you sit her down, you rub her back and you say, babe, you're acting kind of crazy right now. And apparently that's foolproof. Apparently, like, she'll settle down right away and everything will be good. That's like pretty much what you got to do. That's what my older brother said always works. He said, if they're acting crazy, just sit them down and rub their back and tell them they're acting crazy. And then usually the argument will stop. Man said I would never suggest that. No, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm completely kidding. Yeah, no, she would disappear me if I ever did that. Mine is to flash the hubby when we're fighting. Works every time. I'm not gonna lie, if my wife did that, it would catch me off guard. I'd become very disoriented, and I'd be like, what were we talking about? I think I'd forget everything that happened within the last 15 minutes. It's usually what it does. You know, it's like that Men in Black thing that they hold up and they go, You know, in the movies, like I did the other night. It's like that Men in Black thing where they go, "You're gonna forget everything we just talked about." That's that's actually that's what the flashing does. That's funny. I don't know when our stream started turning into this. The thing is, there's not really severe weather to cover live right now, and we've been talking about this setup every single night. I just need it to be here. You know what I mean? Well, I think these streams will be much more weather focused Wednesday. Tomorrow we still might be messing around. Well, tomorrow we'll have to see, but Wednesday is when we start potentially seeing severe weather every day, and we'll have actually some stuff to cover. So I think we may be doing a little less talking about flashing and a little more talking about weather. I swear to anyone who's in here for the first time, we do talk about weather. We do. Oh, Robbie, what was your question? You in the back. Last year in summer, we had a heavy rain with no lightning. How is it possible? I live in Maryland. Heavy rain. Well, you can have... There's not going to... Well, you have a much better chance of there being lightning in a, cumulonimbus, in a very tall cloud with a lot of moisture and strong updrafts, because the more moisture you have, I mean, you can have heavy downpours and not have a huge cumulonimbus cloud, just have a very heavy cumulus cloud. Because when you have a cumulonimbus and you have strong updrafts and you have a ridiculous release of latent heat in that updraft, it messes with the molecules up there, right? Molecules? All lightning is, ground to lightning or cloud to cloud or cloud to ground is just, sometimes you have a negative charge on the surface and a positive charge in the cloud because there's all of that turbulence and friction because of your moisture and dry gradient or your temperature gradient, your wind shear. The friction in the air will charge up the air, like as if the cloud is like has socks on and it's rubbing its feet on the surface. So once two opposite charges meet each other, that's how you get lightning. Typically, your chances for lightning are much better when you have a strong updrafts and big cumulonimbus cloud, because there's a lot more friction or turbulence in those clouds. So you're typically going to get more charged up particles, or you're not really going to see that in a cumulus. Cloud to cloud lightning, though, you don't need any sort of big cumulonimbus. Cloud to cloud lightning can really happen with weaker thunderstorms. Is it supposed to rain in Chicago for the next 2 days? Well, what we're looking at right now is our 48-hour quantitative precipitation. Now, if I move to 72 hours, look at that. No, not much. Look, I mean, the Euro doesn't see like any rain in Chicago all through the weekend. I mean, a tiny bit, a little drizzle, but a little bit, tiny little drizzle, like literally 1/10 of an inch, because a lot of these models are seeing an issue with are seeing too much sin. Your convection isn't forming, isn't able to get established in northern Illinois. That's why I'm thinking Chicago is going to end up being in a more conditional setup for Thursday, meaning it's either going to be bad or it's going to be non-existent. No in between. Can you please explain to me how wind happens? Wind's really easy to explain. Wind is just pressure gradients. Wind is caused by a change in pressure. So, okay, this is the easiest way to explain it. Let me just put this map on real quick. So you've got high pressures and low pressures. A low pressure. Okay, here's your low pressure. You have winds up in the upper atmosphere diverging away from each other. And so there's this big empty space of air. And so the air at the surface rises to fill that. Okay? And then you have a high pressure. So say we have a high pressure down here. You have converging airs. And because when you have diverging airs, it's going to push sometimes winds into each other. And then that's when you get converging airs. And then you have a high pressure. And that air is pushing down onto the surface, so that air can't rise. Now, the closer these high pressures and low pressures are, and the more intense they are, you get these temperature gradients. So the best, here's a good way to look at it. Let's see here. Or sorry, these temperature gradients, these pressure gradients. So you can see how close these isobars are through here. This pressure is changing very quickly as it's moving. Very, very quickly. Each of these lines is about 5 millibars of pressure. So when you have a pressure gradient, your pressure is going from this to this to this to this. The quicker that pressure is changing, that's the force of wind. So you can see out here when we have if you have a high pressure setup like we kind of have down to the south here, look how far these isobar lines are from each other here as compared to here. These are very, very close. This is a quick pressure change. So that's what causes the wind to blow. Now, there's not as much of a pressure change here. Your air is more still. Remember, our atmosphere is weighing down on us. Okay, so we're sitting at about 1,000 millibars of pressure down here on the surface. So the pressure changes above our heads are going to blow the air around. They're going to suck it up, or they're going to push it down, or they're going to push it left, or they're going to push it right, west and east, I guess I should say. So it's just how our low and high pressures above our heads are interacting with each other. They're colliding and then pushing air down, or they're separating and allowing air to, or they're colliding, forcing air down, or they're separating and allowing air up. And all of these changes is what causes wind to blow around. Pretty much none of which would be possible on a flat Earth, by the way, because it's all caused by the Coriolis effect, and that could only happen on a globe. There would be no weather on a flat Earth because you wouldn't have a pressure system. Everything would be stationary. You wouldn't have pressure gradients. Nothing would collide into each other. But I'm sure flat earthers have an explanation for that one too. Northeast Ohio. Sorry, I'm in between the stream and Warriors game. Oh. Northeast Ohio. 1 second. Where's our scores? This is too close for Steph being sitting out. Oh, man. All right, close game. Yeah. I love when you talk about flat Earth. It's just weather is impossible on flat Earth. So I think, like I've said, that they explain it. They have some excuse. But like us being a globe, like a ball and spinning, is what causes the winds to everything to bounce off each other in our atmosphere and to rotate and to like it's if we were flat, there would be nothing. Everything would be still. Yeah, Northeast Ohio, guys, that's a Friday. That's a Friday threat. We could have a good risk zone pushing up into Northeast Ohio on Friday. I think it's going to be more of an issue for Southwestern Ohio, but it's early enough where we could see that threat shift a little bit farther up to the north and east. But we'll have to watch Friday and Saturday, I think, for Northeastern Ohio, potentially. Moisture going from one area of high... Oh, wait. Moisture going from area of high moisture to low moisture. Yeah, well, winds move from a high pressure to a low pressure. Or from a low pressure to a high pressure. My dyslexia is kicking in sometimes. So, low pressures and high pressures attract each other. Although your high pressures act as like a shield, so you'll have something that's like why where our Bermuda high sets up in hurricane season is very important, because our Bermuda high is going to be steering our low, and then that air is going to move from the low to the high. I'm still waiting on my earrings. Oh wait! Oh my gosh! Oh, the little. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get working on that. I swear to God. I swear. June drop. Casey, you in the back. You've been so polite raising your hand. Thank you, Casey. You in the back. I'll probably get off here in a second, guys. I actually might want to watch the second half of this Warriors game. Well, Timberwolves game. One second. Yeah, it's from an area of high pressure to a low pressure. Oh my God, why do I always get that backwards? Which makes sense. Because you have a high pressure, air is being forced down, and then that high pressure, that air at the surface is then, oops, here, let me do it like this. Here's your high pressure. Here's your high pressure, okay? Air's being forced down. Here's your high pressure. Being forced down. Nothing can rise here. And then that air is circulating back up. This is your low pressure. This is your low pressure here. Storms being forced up. Dry, usually hot, being forced down. So it's always rotating from a high to a low. The trough is weird for Friday. Is it connected? Well, no, it's weird because there's like a secondary. You've got kind of your like Matt was saying, your subtropical jet and then your northern jet stream here. So this isn't an Arctic jet, but so, you know, Reed Tim was talking about this maybe being a bigger outbreak than we think. It's possible. Excuses, God makes it happen. Yeah. All right, guys. We will have more interesting streams moving forward here because weather's about to go bonkers, and then we're getting into hurricane season. So I appreciate you guys being in here. I didn't get one new follower tonight. That's rough. Someone unfollow me and then refollow me, please. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate you guys. Anyone who gifted was in here hanging out. Climate Crew, what's going on? We're gonna do that merch pick on Friday, I think. What do you guys think? Thursday or Friday? I think Friday. Maybe Thursday, because maybe Thursday. I don't know. We'll vote. We're gonna vote Thursday or Friday in the Discord. But yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be posting updates and everything like that. But everyone have a good night. Also, go T-Wolves. Oh, Fire Dog, I appreciate that. All right, have a great night, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out, Claire.